Hey Hero fans, this is Todd. Let me go and do a sound check before we get started. Hold on. Let me know if you guys can hear me. There we go. Cool. Alright, so you guys must have just watched my Orko review that I just finished a few minutes ago, where we talked about this guy right here. Hey Christian, thanks for joining us. I appreciate it. Crank, glad you're here. And so I guess since you're here, Crank, I guess we'll go ahead and taste the figure and see how he tastes. And he tastes like those candy corns you get at Halloween time. So his hat tastes like the candy corn, which, you know, I figured it probably did. So there you go. All right. So I'm here for questions if you guys have any. So as you guys know, as I mentioned in the video, I think this is the perfect Orko. And somebody else mentioned they really like this one for the Classics line. Let me go ahead and grab a Classics figure out of here. And let's see how it looks next to Classics. Hey Dean, glad you're here, man. And I'll just grab Zodak because he's right here and available. There we go. And there is my classic Zodak. Let's grab a stand for Orko. And let's see how he fits. I guess that's not too bad. Still a fan of the Origins, but if you don't have an Origins one, I'm sorry, still a fan of the Classics one, but if you don't have the Classics one, he does fit pretty good next to there, so I guess he'd be a good replacement. You can kind of see the comparison difference. So there you go. All right. Please say hello to my daughter, Ellie. Hey, Ellie. Thanks for joining us, and have fun watching this with your dad. That's really cool. Hey, Cobra Island. So, question, is Zodak a good guy or a bad guy? So, I personally would tend to like when he has the black armor on, he is helping evil out. When he has the red armor on, he is helping the good guys out. So that's kind of what I do with mine. I know it's kind of ridiculous, but he's supposed to be a guy of neutral. So when you're playing with your figures and all the good guys are knocked down, there's nobody left, and Skeletor's still winning, then Zodak can come in and even the score. If all the bad guys are knocked out and He-Man and the Masters are still winning, then Zodak can come in and even the score. So he's a man of neutrality. He doesn't fight for any side individually, and you can tell that because he has a hairy chest. That's what gives it away. No, he has the evil feet and the evil hands, but the other Zodak we have actually was one that did not have the evil hands and had the gloves and the heroic feet, so it's kind of funny. So, and it's funny, they used to call him the evil cosmic enforcer on the back of the card arts originally, so they intended for him to be evil at the beginning, and then Filmation made him good, and so then he became neutral. So there we go. And then of course we have Zodak with a K, and Zodak with a K, he is definitely a good guy. He breaks the rules of neutrality. Sure, Toledo, glad I could help you, man. And let's see, Christian says, I think a lot of things in Origins line is made like a complement with the Filmation Classics line, like this Orko, Ram Man, and Battle Cat. Yeah, I do think they are made to go well with our original line we had when we were a kid. They are the same height. And I wish I had an old Orko just to compare them. I'm almost tempted to buy one on eBay just to see what he looks like next to him, because I just want to know. But what's cool though is you take a look at the Filmation version that was made by Super 7. There's not a lot of difference in height. You know, this one, his head's kind of up a little higher, and you can see he's a little bit taller. but they really are kind of close in comparison, as opposed to the other ones we've gotten in the past. Yes, a Cringer Origins would be awesome. I've been tempted to figure out if this head is removable, and maybe even using some hot water so I can get it off, and maybe take a Cringer's head and make a Cringer's head for him and replace it, and make a Cringer for my Classics line, because he is smaller than Battle Cat. And I think he'd be a cool Cringer. He is maybe a little big for Cringer, but at least he's not as big as Battle Cat, so it'd be kind of a fun Cringer, I think, to take this cat and alter it. Because you guys know I'm all about Classics. I know I keep buying these Origins figures, but really, Classics is my thing. So I'm pretty excited about the new Snake Mountain coming out. That is going to be great. All right, let's take a look at more of your questions. I really don't like the Origins line. He-Man looks terrible. Yep. It's funny. I actually know some lady at work that kind of looks like him. And when I first saw this, I was like, wow, he kind of looks like somebody I know. It was kind of funny, especially the Prince Adam one. The original Prince Adam we got in the 2-pack. It was unbelievable how much his face actually resembled hers. It was really strange. I didn't tell her, though. I didn't want to embarrass her and say, hey, you look like He-Man. But anyway. Hey, Hebro, didn't that toy Orco girlfriend and uncle come at one time? Yes, they did. They came in a special 2-pack. And I actually made Driella a long time ago as a custom. Like I mentioned before, the way I made her originally was I took this figure here and I rotated all the parts around, so I used this side for Driella. And originally she had a small little cape, and so when I put the cape on there, I just covered the O on his back, swapped his arms, and it worked really good. In fact, because his arms don't have any differences, I literally just pulled it off at the elbow, and then just popped the elbow piece out with some hot water, turned his hands the other way, and then swapped the hands out, and then I had a really good way to make another figure. And because it wasn't flat here, it kind of made a cool difference for Driella. Now, I know she has some feminine shape to her, so mine did not. I didn't do a perfect job on the scarf and the painting of the eyes. It was just okay. But I'm glad now. Yeah, I actually made a whole new head from scratch. That's right, I remember now. I made a whole new head and then painted it. But I am glad now that we actually have an official one. She is pretty cool looking. Like I said, I'm probably going to take this one right here and make a Yuckers out of him. That'd be kind of fun to make a Yuckers for the Classics, but we'll see where that goes. And his hat is removable. If you saw my review on this one, you can actually pull his hat off and then put the baseball cap on, and then just clean this off with some acetylene or some alcohol, and then add the Y to him, and there you'd have a Yuckers. No, there goes He-Man. Stand up, He-Man. All right, let's see what else you guys are saying. The color of that Orko's hat is different only. Yep, it is kind of funny how all the different colors they've had throughout the years, and it seems like the toy seems to favor this right here, but then this burgundy comes up too. And it's kind of weird because this burgundy, which we saw also in the Origins too, is very close to, what is her name? Dreamweaver. Dreamweaver? No. Yeah? I don't know. So someone post her name. She's from the, I'm pretty sure it's Dreamweaver, isn't it? I don't know. I can't remember her name now. But post her name for me. You guys know who I'm talking about. She's Hordak's right-hand lady. I think her name's Dreamweaver. I can't remember now. Dark Dream. Eastman Custom. My husband and I are waiting for it. Sorry about that, Julia. I just have been slacking trying to get it together. It's been really crazily busy lately. But I have plans. I need to go search for the head and see if I have his head somewhere so I can make him. If I find his head, I'll probably get him made in the next few weeks, and that'll be cool. My first order of business, though, is to make parts for Trapjaw. I went and got some new black resin for my 3D printer, so I'll be able to paint them right in black. So or not paint them in black, print them in black, so no paint to scrape off. So I'm kind of excited about that. And I might have a couple batches for sale on eBay, and then I'll put them on Shapeways. I'm not going to make a ton of them. I'll make a few, and we'll see how they go. And that'll be cool to get some more weapons for Trapjaw. So that's my next order of business, and then I'll work on the Beastman custom. All right, New Stake Mountain is amazing. Yes, I cannot wait for it. As you guys know, I'm still kind of piecing together this one. I'm supposed to get the bridge on Monday, and for the other side, and I'll put that in there, and then I'll have and you guys know that I like to add that little walkway here so that it makes sense to actually go somewhere with there instead of just falling into the abyss. All right. Why the classic Orco have a weird painted eyes? I think it's more about the head being crooked. It's really strange how the head on this thing, on a lot of figures for the classics, are all off to this side, this angle. I've actually dremeled a lot of heads in the past. I have to fix that weird angle on a lot of them. I'm not sure when they were sculpting them what happened, but you get that a lot with the classics where the heads are all angled on a lot of figures. Let's take a look at Zodak here. Even Zodak, his head tends to lean easier this way than that way. You can see how his head goes this way easier than that way. And a lot of classics are that way where their heads are almost going off to the right on the way their heads are. Like all their neck muscles all go to that side. And I'm not sure what that phenomenon is, if it's the way the Four Horsemen sculpt or whatever. If you take a look even in his eyes, yeah, his head moves more. But you can see his actually goes to the left easier than to the right. So, but again, I think that's because the hat's hitting more than anything else. Does his head come off? Oh, it does. His head comes off. Oh, we can have some fun now. Okay, Flea Man, it's time for you to get Orko's head. You know what? I'm putting his head on Skeletor. That way it matches the blue. Of course, his head's black. Looks like Marvin the Martian. Oh, that is tight. Yeah, that's not going to fit on there. Just pushing it on. You can actually see the different sizes. So I'd take some hot water to get that on there. That could have been fun. And the scarf is not removable. It is one piece in there. So, yep. All right, let's go back to your guys' questions. Let's see. Driella Montauk, nice. Yes, they are very cool. I especially always wanted Driella. Like I said, I did make a custom of her. My custom is not nearly as cool as his actual released figure. She is really cool. Yuckers is a must. Yes. I should probably hopefully have my Yuckers done probably in about a month and a half, I'm guessing, about all the projects I have on the side. But yeah, it'll be a fun one. I'm probably not going to cut his ears off, which I was planning at first, because Yuckers does not have his ears showing. But I want to put this back in the normal. I might actually make a whole new head for him, just for Yuckers. I'm not sure. I haven't decided yet. And I'll figure that out when I get down to actually customizing him. There we go. Whoop. Oh, it is Shadow Weaver. Okay, cool. I just keep... Oh, Shadow Weaver, not Dreamweaver. You guys are right, Shadow Weaver. Thank you so much for letting me know. I keep thinking that's software for making web pages. But that is Dreamweaver. But yeah, it gets confusing. I wonder if this one works on there. Hey, it does. Look at that. My stand actually works with the new Orco. So if you wanted to get my stand for the new Orco, it does work for that as well. If you want a cool looking stand besides a big blue giant puff coming out his rear, you can get the stand that I made for the wheels. It doesn't actually hook into the hole, but it does sit on there. So that does work. Thank you for that. All magicians let me know who it is. I appreciate that. And Dean. Yep, Dark Dream is a character from Filmation cartoon. Cool, I will look for them parts. Thank you, Lance. Have they made Hordak? They have not made Hordak yet. I'm going to make a full compilation video of all of the 9 figures we got. And I'll be showing those off, which will be the 8 single packs and Prince Adam. And as a bonus, I may show the new He-Man as well. I don't have the new Prince Adam anymore. I have my custom one, but I'll show him off too since he's similar to the real one. My only real one I have is actually on eBay right now in the 2-pack because I sold my other one. Kind of kicking myself for it, but oh well. Who is the purple Trollian in the background? This guy right here, I believe he is called the Unnamed One, if I'm not mistaken. And this is my custom one that I did because he can actually lean. I actually used Orko's stand for him. The original release did not actually lean and you couldn't rotate him or move him on any kind of point. And then I also added washers in the bottom for extra counterbalance. And he's talked about in the other video I had. Do you have the Mr. T He-Man figure? I do not have Mr. T. He did look cool. Maybe Evelyn's... Let's see. Oh, hey, is that a custom hero back there? Yes. This is my custom hero. He keeps dropping his Bible all the time, though. And there he is. And here's his Bible he keeps dropping. Hang on to your Bible, man. Let's see if we can get back in his hand again. There we go. And there's the sword of the Spirit. As you guys know, the storyline is that his Bible is supposed to turn into the sword. That's kind of the storyline. He found the Bible in the Gideon Bible and Marlena's rocket. But I'll get into that some other video. Let's see. Can you put the hat of Orko in Manny Faces? His hat does not come off. So his hat is actually attached to his head. If you look close, you can see some of the paint overrun a little bit on it right here on his ear. So the hat is not removable. It is all one. And Manny Faces' head's not removable, so bummer on that part. Let's see. Dean says, have you seen the new Jake Snake Masters? It's fantastic. It does look cool. I'm guessing they're probably going to use that same style. I'm hoping for our main snake bad guy. Pretty cool. You know, he does fall off that really easy. Is bad guy for hero or not? This is supposed to be the guy who created all the Snake Men. So yes, he'd be a bad guy for the original hero. And also the disguise He-Man and that whole entire King Grayskull and all those guys. Yep, I cannot wait for the release of Stinkor either. That'd be cool, B10. Mistletoe said that's rad. Do a Zodak Origins using the WWE Seth Rollins. That's a great idea. How does Orko's purple cloud base look under the Unnamed One? Well, let's take a look. I'm not going to use that one. I will use this one. Well, the hole's a different size, so it is not going to work without a lot of heat. But you can kind of see how that looks, and that is kind of a cool idea. It does make them a lot shorter, though. The stand, as you can see, is just quite a bit shorter than this stand. But I suppose... Yeah, I can't get that back out. I'm afraid I'm going to break it. But you can see the height difference between the two stands. But yeah, the purple does look cool on him. All right. Place the magic wand that came with Super 7 Orcos in Original Origins Orco's hand. I don't have it out. Sorry about that, you guys. I didn't pull out the Super 7 parts. I almost did pull them out. But I do have the Classics one. And, of course, his hand is quite a bit bigger. You can see the size of the hand is a lot bigger. Let's take a look at the Super 7 hand in comparison. So the Super 7 hand is much smaller. You can see it actually can hold the Classics one. So I'm guessing if you were to put the wand in here, it would not fit. But that would be kind of a cool thing to make is a I could probably make something on Shapeways that would actually fit his hand correctly. That's a great idea. Look at those cartoon eyes. It does it like Marvin the Martian. I will kill you. Anyway, no more Marvin the Martian. Do you have other original characters besides Hebro? Or would you like to have another? I do have a bunch of original characters. If you go to he-man.us, I have all my original characters on there. Maybe I'll post a link down here below later, so come back to the video and I'll have a link there for you. Are they going to make a He-Man without the red squares, like cartoon accurate? You know, that's a good question. I don't know if they're planning on actually making any Filmation style figures, but it's very easy to change them out and put Filmation armor on him. So if you were to buy the one from Super 7, it's like 20 bucks on Big Bad Toy Store, and just swap out the armor. That'd be the best way to do it. For the head, it's a little bit harder. You're probably gonna want to get the Classics head. There's some people online that do sell the heads, but that's probably the easiest way to do it. Hey, where did you find the Orko? I actually got this one on Walmart.com. Is where I ended up finding them. And the Origins one, not Origins, the little one that I just misplaced somewhere. I got him actually on eBay, and it was a pretty penny for him, so, which was not cool. But I wanted to have him because I think he's the right height for Origins. And the last one is It Is Okay. Sorry, man. Yep, I couldn't find... Why are you always ruining Origins figures? Alright, so, hopefully I don't ruin too many. Usually I end up rebuilding other parts from them. I haven't actually drilled any yet. The only person I actually sanded on was Tila. But, as you guys know, I do definitely like to make cool customs out of my figures. Like, here's the one. I'm still waiting for some dark brown boots to come out eventually. But here's my 2000X He-Man that some of you have seen before. And, but I did have to ruin a 2000X figure to make this. I had to snap one in half in order to get the loincloth. And I had to chop his arms off to get these arm cuffs. So, I do ruin 2000X figures, probably way too much. I haven't really destroyed any Origins ones yet, except for actually just pulling them apart like they're supposed to. So Origins, as you know, are actually made to come apart. So you can pop them apart and swap them around and make different customs out of them. Do you think they'll come out with a Power Punch He-Man and such? I hope they do make more of those. I don't see why they wouldn't, because we did already see they're making the Battle Armor one. And the Battle Armor one does look kind of cool, except for how small his armor plate is in the middle. I'm guessing it's because it's going to actually have a rolling drum, I'm hoping. And if you take a look at these figures, I don't want to pull his arm off. Where is my other He-Man? Here he is. If you take a look at these figures and you pull their arm out, this pin is pretty long. And you take the pin and you put it in there, and you can now see it would run into the shape of the barrel if the barrel was too big. They'd have to literally redesign the arms in order to have that barrel work wide enough the way we want it to look like the old figures. So the only way to do it would they'd have to actually rearrange the way these arms connect and maybe put the holes up higher and have the arm go straight in, which would actually be okay if the arm went straight in. You would just be able to see the top of the arm when it went down a little bit, as opposed to the arm going straight down. I first liked this design of the arm going straight down when I first saw it. I thought, that is so clever because you hide the top of the joints. But the problem is when you raise the arm up, it goes at a strange angle. See, watch, if I raise this up, it stops there. But as I rotate it, it actually goes straight up. And so because of the angle of that arm, it's really strange to move the joints. You need to almost have, it's almost like a composite joint where you're moving two joints at once. You're moving the rotation at an angle and the shoulder pivot in order to move the arm straight up. So you can almost feel that, because once you move it up and you move it back down, it's now at an angle. See, and you move it up, it pushes itself against the figure. Then you move it down, it comes back out at that angle, and that's because of the way the pin's shaped going in there. Anyway, that's enough about the way that they made these figures, the engineering of it. Let's see. Do you think they will make the Power of Grayskull series in Origins? I sure hope so. That'd be cool. I'd love to see Hero and Eldor and the dinosaurs. Oh, the dinosaurs would be so cool. And other figures like that as well. Because, I mean, can you imagine in Origins? Hold on a second. Let me pull it out. An Origins dinosaur. I mean, that would just, that would just totally rock to have a big old massive dinosaur. Now, this dinosaur would be cool if his head was bigger, so they actually shove figures down his mouth. But, I mean, can you imagine that for Origins? Some big, huge, giant dino. That would just be so cool. All right, let's see. It won't have the roar damage armor. I'm surprised if it doesn't. I mean, if it doesn't, there's no reason to make the chest piece smaller. I don't know. I haven't seen that online. I haven't been paying a lot of attention to other people's videos. But if they don't make it wider, that's going to stink. So hopefully they'll make it wider, or they'll have it roll, one or the other. Can you show me the back of your Origins He-Man's knee? There it is. There's the back of it. Why, does yours look different or something? Hey Ben, thanks for joining us. Since we're getting She-Ra, we see Catra, Shadow Weaver, and Scorpio. I'm sure we're going to see the whole horde. There's no reason for them not to make it, and so that'll be cool. So we'll probably see a bunch of those figures. I hope they remake Shadow Weaver. I mean, Super 7 Shadow Weaver was very cool, and I actually appreciated a lot the way they did it. But I don't mind getting another Shadow Weaver too. I hope they make more than one Catra. That'd be cool to have the Scratch and Sniff Catra, whatever her name was. I like the way they did like the way they did the legs on that Catra. It was really cool, and the arms had the fur and stuff. That was a really cool Scratch and Attack, or whatever they called her. Would you see them make a Filmation cartoon in? Let's see. Would you see? Wait. Would love to see them make Filmation characters in Origins. I would too. All Music fan. That'd be cool if they actually made Filmation ones. As you guys saw, I made one at the Rock, so that'd be cool. Is Shadow Weaver trolling? No, she is actually made from someone who she started out with her name as a Light Weaver, I believe, and she would cast these spells of light, you know, and then eventually she got seduced by the dark side and she became Shadow Weaver. But her original story is she was learning magic, and she was actually a person that casts light, not shadows. So I got a 24-inch Godzilla. That is awesome, Lance. Yep, that'll be a fun one. You can use that for the big giant, paint him yellow, and make him a He-Man character. Rock Lords. Rock Lords would be great. All right, so the questions are winding down. I think I'm going to go ahead and wind down too. Any further questions before I jump off? So you guys did see us in the video where these ears come off, right? I think it's just so crazy. It shocked me the first time I pulled them off accidentally. Yes, Stone Door, Rock Door, and Granito would be so cool. I'm glad we got them in classics. So they're a fun mixed figure. All right, well, I guess I will let you guys go. Let's see, Air Raider released. You mean that vehicle that came with Prince Adam? Is that what you're referring to? The one that's made for the front of the It's been a rough day. We had a huge party here at the house, and lots of grandkids running around. It was crazy today. Anyway, let's see. Don't eat Zorko. Worst mistake of my life. That's funny. Sky Sled. Yep. Thank you. The Green Airplane. Oh, the Wind Raider. Yes. That'd be cool if they released the Wind Raider. That'd be great. Would you like a mix of Star Wars and He-Man, like Darth Skeletor or something like that? Yeah, you guys know I'd love to mix Star Wars with my He-Man figures. I have another R2-D2 on order right now, and my problem is trying to find the right size R2-D2. I've been searching forever to find the right one that matches my figures, and so I have gone through tons of R2-D2s trying to find the right one. And for my old original figures, I got this one here. I was hoping this one would work with the classics, but it's just a little bit too short. And this one right here that came with Princess Leia is just a little bit too tall. But I just ordered one at Big Bad Toy Store. It should be here in about a week or two, which is shorter than this one, but taller than this one. And hopefully it'll fit right to match my classics. And that would be great. And you guys seen my Darth Vader from my video, Laser Guns and Roses, right? If you haven't, check out that video. It's really cool. So if you want, I'll post a link to that in here as well. Now I gotta remember all the links I'm supposed to post. I always forget later to post those links. All right, and if I do forget, just find me on Facebook or post it in the comments saying, hey, you were gonna post this link, don't forget. And then I'll go back and post it. So, you know how things get. All of a sudden you forget stuff. Let's see. Classics has its own Sky Sled. The Origins one is too small for Classics. Yes, it is. Yep, that is correct. I tried sticking the figures on there, and they look like they're sitting like a little kid sitting on a toilet where their feet just don't reach the bottom of the pedals. So it did not work to stick them in the Classics one. I actually sold my Wind Raider. Not Wind Raider. I actually sold my Sky Sled because I figured I'm not going to collect the actual vehicles for the Origins line. So I just have Prince Adam. I don't no longer have my Sky Sled. All right, so I think that's about it. All right, you guys. Thanks for watching. Do check out my auctions below. I do have that 2-pack for sale and some random part figures that are left over from my customs. So, Fun Time, the one only has He-Man and Skeletor? Yep, and you should see more soon. I might have an R2-D2 that will fit. Well, cool, man. If you do, send me where he's from and what set he is, and that'd be cool. Like I said, I can't believe these two are actually about the same height. I could have sworn that the Black series would have been taller than this one, but because actually this one does fit pretty nice too with the 5-inch figures, but not the 7-inch figures or 5.5. Did you guys see this too? At the black one, the wheel actually comes out the bottom. How cool is that? When I was a kid, we had a hole in ours, and I always put a Micronaut wheel in there from one of the Micronaut spaceships, and I'd stuff the wheel up there with some other parts so he'd have his third wheel. All right. Crank, you enjoy your Panther, man. Never liked Adam's purple legs, huh? Yeah, I don't know. I like the one with the burgundy vest that they came out in the 80s. I thought it looked really cool to actually have someone with clothes on. It was kind of fun for something different, but excellent. Well, Lance, you already know my Facebook channel. Send me a picture and let me know what you got them from, whether it was some kind of black or model. The one I just bought was from a model, so we'll see how it looks. All right, you guys, really, this is it. I am signing off, and hopefully I'll have my Secrets of Grayskull done soon, and then I'll be posting that probably in the next couple days. Hey, B10, you're welcome. Thanks for joining me, you guys. Talk to you soon.